Hello and welcome to Broker Than You. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I would like to thank our sponsors at Procyon. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz is a proud supporter of our podcast network. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch in the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Pete also has the best advertisements, commercials, billboards, you name it. He is the Better Call Saul of Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law decided to run you over with her car, your wife got angry one night, she decided to stab you, the Finch firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut, and he will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. All you have to do is remember, in a pinch, call Finch. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program, 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them to reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. He has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. So if you want to work with the best, go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and here we are with In Focus with Robb Hill from R Hill Enterprises, Inc. Robb, it is glorious to see you, sir.
It is glorious to be seen, sir. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And we had a tremendous show last week. And, we've had all tremendous shows. But we're going to do a little something special for this week. And we have a presentation that I think will be a little bit of shock and awe, right?
Well, it's a lot of shock and a lot of awe, okay? Especially for those that are, there's a term called ignorance, but I'd like to augment that term and call it willful ignorance.
But I'm becoming less willfully ignorant, right?
Well, you can determine that. Only you can determine that. Okay.
Well, I'm talking a lot more like you, so I think that makes me sound smarter. When I said the income reduction squad to my family, that turned heads. That
okay. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I'm gonna present right now, and here it comes. There you go. You got it. Okay. Oh, dang! You know what? I gotta back out of this. That's the wrong one.
Okay, no problem.
That's the wrong one. Let me delete that one out.
Okay,
Remove that.
I will remove it. Yep, bring up whatever you need.
Another one. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get this going. I do apologize for this. I thought
No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, when you have as many presentations as you do, listen, I think whatever you would have presented would have worked.
Oh yeah, you think so? That's good to hear.
I think so. I think we're making people less ignorant every week.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. Yeah. Remember, I told you can't feed somebody who ain't hungry.
Well, the other story I love telling is when you were on the radio and you were asked what you would do, and you said you remove people's heads who are in the sands, and when their heads in the sand, what's standing up?
Yeah,
that's a remarkable one-liner. That's why I think we need to create a book of one-liners from you, or your top quotes. I think that would sell.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go with this one. I just can't seem to find the other one right now, but this one it'll do just as good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to
and you can
augment your ideas, yeah. The idea of ignorance, it's not a bad thing when you know you are, but when you don't know it, it is devastating. Okay,
and it is.
A lot
and
of
we're
people,
seeing this.
Yeah, a lot of people are running on the wrong information, and we are being bombarded. Do you know, Steve, that every day you get bombarded with pretty much 90% negative information?
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Well, I mean, our media industry, they thrive on conflict and controversy. Okay, they
Of course they do.
Okay, so we've got the presentation here. I'm going to pull it up now.
Okay.
Present, and there it is. Okay, and we're going to get on with this right here. And like I said, many times the way we see things aren't the way things are.
Correct.
The only way that we're going to be able to get to the truth is we got to get a new perspective. All right, and so we're going to do this one right here. And this right here is called government, the responsibility of all citizens. And this is for the great United States of America. Okay.
Very true. And citizens ignore many of their responsibilities.
See, because they don't know. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They don't know.
That makes me feel better. I didn't know.
Okay, listen to this. Politics is the science of government.
Really?
Politics, yes. Politics equals economics plus integrity. Integrity equals character plus morality. Integrity is not one thing. Integrity is not when what you say is what you do. Okay, right. That's not integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing. Okay.
And doing the right thing.
Right. How do you know if it's right if you don't know what's wrong? All right. But that's another conversation right there going into that. And character is doing what is right. And morality is not doing what is wrong. Both of those together equal integrity. All right.
Right.
And we'll continue on. There's only two views. Only two. All the rest of this stuff out there they're pushing are hybrids. Okay. It's the same thing. They're just saying it different. Okay, so there's only two views. One view is we trust individuals. That is where, and we have capitalism. Okay, we have sound money, and then we have entrepreneurs. Because here in this great country, you can create and be rewarded. Okay, And then we have these entrepreneurs are the ones that produce the employees. Okay. The other side is we have government control, and this is socialism, and everybody's entitled to something. We have union bosses and unions, and we discussed unions earlier. I mean, the idea of a union is not a bad thing, but the implementation of it causes many problems. All right. But people are good when they get in there, and this guy, he's been here for this amount of time. He's making $25 an hour. This guy over here, he's making $25 an hour, but he don't do nothing. He's late all the time and all this kind of stuff. All right. So, but that's another conversation. Okay. Now, the labor board, they negotiate the benefits that these union members get.
Yes.
And I'm happy to say that I can sponsor people into those union benefits without having to join the union.
Right.
Okay. That's just one aspect of what we do. Okay. Now, let's continue on here. Freedom means choices. Okay. More money means more choices. You know, like you walk into a restaurant, you got $1 in your pocket versus you walk into that same restaurant, you got $100 in your pocket. You do have some choices. Okay. So less money means less choices. All right. As far as government is concerned, lower taxes means a higher standard of living. Higher taxes means a lower standard of living. See, you got greater freedom, you get greater wealth. Less freedom, you get greater poverty. Okay?
Very true.
Now, this right here is just a scale. I made this presentation several years ago. Okay? And this right now is being changed as we move on through with the Trump administration. But we here in the U.S. right now, we work from January to May for the government. At the rate we are going now, and this was when Biden was the resident. I didn't say president, I said resident. Okay. At the rate we are going now, we will be working for the government all year so that they can give things to people that ain't doing nothing. Okay.
Correct. I agree.
Right? So we're going to keep moving. So bigger government is this right here. More taxes, more laws, more spending, less money, less choice, less freedom, and no responsibility. You remember in a previous presentation, I explained to you that freedom and responsibility is like front and back. Right. You can't have one without the other one.
The other.
If you got freedom without responsibility, what you have, my friend, is called chaos. Okay? So that is slavery. Bigger government is slavery.
Jesus.
Smaller government, we got less taxes, less laws. And talk about the laws. Do you know we have over 80,000 pages of tax code?
Regulation, tax code, yes.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
So then when we have smaller government, we have less taxes, less laws, less spending. That means we have more money in our pockets, which gives us more choices and more freedom. And we take total responsibility for everything in our life. Okay? Two worldviews, only two. There's only two. There's good and there's bad. That's it. There ain't nothing else. Okay. So the first view is man is in control. And these are where liberal thinking comes in. Okay. We're going to do whatever you want to do. It's all good. If it feels good, just do it and all that kind of stuff. So we got more government, more taxes. They want a weak defense. That's a key right there. Weak defense.
Huge.
Diverse lifestyles. We got people walking around now looking like they're straight out of cartoons, brother. You know? I'm talking about you got a cartoon mind looking all crazy, walking around here like this and all that. How you going to get respect if you don't respect yourself? All right? But that's another conversation. We got no responsibility. Everybody wants to be free. Nobody wants to be responsible. All right? We cannot have that. Fairness. I want to let you know, let you in on a little secret. Okay, life is not fair.
No.
Okay,
No, it's not.
Life is not fair. That is the truth. Okay,
it is.
So, and everybody's running around here feeling entitled. just because you were
We do.
born. Okay, no,
Yes.
that's not the way it works. You're not entitled to nothing. You are only entitled. Well, not you're not entitled to nothing. You are entitled to the privilege of being able to get up and create your own life. That's what you're entitled to. Okay,
Exactly.
and then we talk about rights. You have the right to remain silent. Okay. But no, there are rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
There we go, right there. And then the other rule, the other view is simply this: God is in control. We want to be conservative. We want to do things that promote respect for ourselves and for everyone else. Okay. We want less government, less taxes. We want a strong defense because freedom ain't free. Okay. And we want the traditional family unit. Remember, I explained to you in a previous presentation that
You sure did.
the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
And
much.
we want to take 100% responsibility for everything. See, freedom without responsibility is not freedom. It is chaos.
Chaos.
Okay. And the risk versus fairness. See, entrepreneurs know that they got to take a risk in order to produce whatever it is they want to produce to help mankind's lifestyle increase. And so they take the risk and they sacrifice. And sacrifice is not losing. Sacrifice is giving up something of a lower nature to receive something of a higher nature.
Higher nature. Correct.
Okay. And so with that risk comes the reward or the consequences. Okay. You learn from your mistakes. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but
there
you
are no
people,
mistakes. They're learning
yeah,
experiences.
if you beat your head against the wall long enough, your ears gonna pop out. Okay. Okay. And so
Correct.
we have these entrepreneurs that build things. This is why we have franchises and all this kind of stuff, all these different kinds of businesses and all that. You know, it used to be, Steve, that if you could cut hair, right? All you had to do was put a sign out in your front lawn say haircuts, right? But the powers that be,
No more.
they said, no, you can't just be cutting hair, even though you do it good. You got to have 2 exits. You got to have a fire extinguisher every 10 feet.
Bathroom.
You
Yeah.
got to have, you got to have male and female and transgender bathroom, all this kind of stuff, man. I'm like, what? And that goes back to another thing. I say, if you're confused, all you got to do is look down. But I digress.
That was
all right?
the best fight ever.
But yeah, so we continue on. There's only 2 worldviews, man. They come with all this stuff, man, all this minutia. There's only 2 views. There's only 2 things. There's right and there's wrong, period. Okay, there are no mitigating circumstances or anything like that. All you got to do is look what the word says. And when I say the word, you know I'm talking about the Holy Scriptures.
The scripture. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we go on. The 2-party system, listen to this. Both parties are riddled with corruption. The government we have now is not the one that made this country great.
Not even close.
The system has been perverted. The Constitution is being misinterpreted. Remember when we talked about the separation of church and state?
Yes.
Oh yeah. See, they just want to confuse everybody. Okay. What that simply was meant to do was to keep the state out of the church, not the church out of the state.
Correct.
Okay. So the checks and balances were non-existent. We got to see some people being held accountable now. We want to see some perp walks, you know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, all this stuff that's being uncovered, we got to see some people doing some time for treason.
There's got to be, like you said, accountability.
Yes, that's the only way. And the only way they're going to be held accountable is for the people to rise up and get knowledgeable. All right?
Exactly.
So we continue on. Solution mode. We need term limits for every branch.
I agree.
They need lower salaries. We need to enforce the laws we currently have. Okay? We don't need no more lawmakers. We got enough laws.
Enforce what we have. Yeah.
And we got to hold these politicians accountable. And an ignorant people can't do that because they think that we're here to serve the government when the reverse is true. The government is here to serve
said it
us.
best. They're not elected, they're selected.
Oh, yes. Oh,
You know?
yes. See, the federal government, and I have to augment that because it goes all the way down to the local level too. They are too powerful. Why? Because an ignorant population can be controlled. I mean, the Romans used to call it divide and conquer. You got everybody thinking that they belong to these different groups. Okay. We got African Americans, Mexican Americans, all these different things. We are all Americans, period. If you don't know what you are, go to another country. They're going to tell you what you are. You're an American.
You're right.
Yeah, that's the way it works. However, this is the cycle of the body politic, okay? Listen to this. Great nations rise and fall. A free people awaken and find themselves in bondage. The people then go from bondage to spiritual truth and great courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundance, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to complacency, from complacency to apathy, and from apathy to dependence, and from dependence back again into bondage. Okay? See, the two problems that we really got out there are procrastination and apathy. Okay.
Right.
Procrastination is I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And you heard me say this before. Like if you keep on putting off what you can do today until tomorrow, what you will end up with is a lot of empty yesterdays, my friend.
Yes.
And apathy is simply this. Well, at least it's not that bad for me. You know?
Yep.
At least I'm not like that, you know. That's
apathy. I'm not as bad as him. Yeah.
Right. And it keeps you stuck on stupid. I call it SOS.
Stuck on stupid.
Yes. Yeah. But we have to get back to a knowledgeable and virtuous people that is entitled to freedom. Okay. Because you can't be stupid and be free. It just don't work that way. Why do you think they had it at the point back in slavery where they said that it's unlawful to teach a slave to read?
I actually watched a phenomenal Netflix show last night about the assassination of James Garfield. Mm-hmm. And he talked about the importance of the education for the Black population, and how literacy was non-existent. They weren't teaching them how to read.
No, so they weren't.
They could not get the knowledge, absorb it. It blew my mind that so many people couldn't read and weren't even taught to read or allowed to. And like you said, that's all because of control. Because the less they know, the more you can control them.
That's why our population now they're gonna entertain them straight into the shackles. Okay, just keep them entertained. Just keep them entertained. That's it. Have you seen this movie called Gladiator?
Of course, I have.
Remember Russell Crowe? He's. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I do remember that very well.
That stuck out to me right there. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So I look at all these people that are running around here, man, and they don't have a clue.
It's a life and death situation. He's like, yeah, are you not entertained?
They do not have a clue, man. Our government, the reason why it is the way that it is because the ignorant population that we have.
We've allowed it.
Right. See, when when they throw around terms like tolerance, what is tolerance? Tolerance is accepting the unacceptable.
Yes.
It's accepting the unacceptable. Now, when my mom used the word tolerant on me, man, I knew I had to straighten up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tolerate this. You know. Mm-hmm. I mean, and now they're talking about tolerance.
Now it's
it's a virtue. It's not a virtue.
Tolerate the people with blue hair and the men who say they're women, and you got to be tolerant of all that.
When you accept the unacceptable, you get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Okay.
Right.
So we gotta reverse this whole trajectory. All right. The only way that we're gonna do that is for us to get knowledgeable. All right. I mean, people use the most insane sort of listen to this. Most people, they use their emotions to justify their logic.
Oh, it's all about
What
emotion.
should
It
happen is
drives me nuts.
they should use their logic to justify their emotions. All
Yeah.
right. You know, when you hear somebody come on, well, I feel like this. Well, I feel it's not a feeling. It's a thought.
Yeah.
It's a thought. You know what you mean you feel? I said, is it hot? Is it cold? Does it tickle? What? Well, I feel no. We do not live by feelings, okay? Us, the citizens of the kingdom of God, we walk by faith, not by sight. Okay?
Right.
We need to know what's real and what's fake. Okay. Because I mean, so many people are so they're so stuck in their belief, man, that they just reject the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
They just flat out reject it. You know, when you tell a person about 100% responsibility, they can't wrap their mind around that.
Not even close.
Because we got the government going to take care of us. You know, this is why so many things are taken way out of context. Okay. Remember I gave you the example about freedom, right? You got the freedom to ball up your fist and swing your arm all you want to.
Okay. Once you come close to my nose.
Right. With freedom comes either a reward or a consequence. Okay. You make good choices, you're gonna be rewarded. You make bad choices, there are consequences. Okay.
Yep.
That's it right there. And all government, they reward bad behavior and punish good behavior. Okay. And when people don't know what type of government they live in, anything can be shoved down their throat. Okay. This
Absolutely.
is why that term democracy needs to be eradicated from our politicians. It enrages me why Donald Trump does not stop calling this our democracy. Okay. We do not live in a democracy.
It's a republic.
This is not a democracy. Yes, we live in a republic that is ran democratically.
Yes.
Big difference. Huge difference. But like I was saying, man, you know, if a people expects to be free, I want to show you this next clip right here. Check this out. Our freedom is inextricably intertwined with our reverence for our Creator and our knowledge of the principles of freedom. The enemy that must be conquered is ignorance. Okay. Now look at this.
Well, can I ask a question quickly?
Yes.
They mentioned getting rid of or abolishing the Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Would that harm or hurt this promoting ignorance if they get rid of the department?
It would be better because we don't need the Department of Education. Okay. Education should be down on the local level, which Donald Trump did. It should be down on the local level. When I was coming up, man, I used to live in New York.
Yes.
Okay? And I moved from New York to Illinois. Okay. But I started out in Illinois. All right. When I moved to New York, man, the school, I mean, they were so far ahead of where I was.
In Illinois?
In Illinois, yes. And so when I went up there to New York, man, and I got introduced to a lot of things, that's where I made some really bad choices back then. But I was in the what they call now middle school. Okay?
Right.
But when I came back down here, and I had a lot of bad habits with me then, okay, and I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. But I never
You
failed.
dropped out of school in the ninth grade.
Yes, I
I
never
never would
failed
have
a
believed that.
test. I never failed a test. Why? Because I read the books. Okay.
Right, right.
When I got to high school in the 10th grade, okay, I missed 109 days my last year of high school. Okay. But I never failed a test.
Because you did
Why?
all the
Because I
requirements.
read the books. I did the homework. I just was attendance was my problem. Okay.
Yeah, which
So
is
I
understandable.
dropped out of school, and my mother, she said, "You're throwing bricks at the penitentiary. They trying to break out and you trying to break in." Right? And she gave me a choice. And so I went into the military. Okay. She signed me in when I was 16. Okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
it took me 2 hours to get my GED.
That I believe.
Okay. It took me 2 hours to get it. And I got it, and I was in the military, and it was a beautiful thing back then because I went in 1983. Okay. And
During the Cold War.
yes, yes, and it was cold, but it was getting hot. Okay. Yeah. But needless to say, I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all have.
Well, see, but the thing about it is that it's not where you've been, it's where you're going that counts.
That's what I've been focusing on. It's
Right.
the
It's
future.
where you're going that counts. Okay. I have since changed everything. Like I said before, man, I'm a grateful recovering addict, man. I've been clean for
32 years and how many
32
days
years.
and
Yeah.
months?
What's the date today? The 19th? The
The
20th?
20th. Yeah.
Yeah, the 20th. I've been clean for 6 days, 2 weeks, 8 months, and 32 years.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, but you know what? It's a choice. Okay. See, the proof
And I believe
of
that too.
desire, yeah, the proof of desire is pursuit. Okay. That's the only way you can tell if what you desire is something you really want because you're going to pursue that thing. All right. And so this comes back to like I talk about with life insurance with people. And life insurance is there for protection.
Protection.
Okay. Life insurance is not a bill. It's a repositioning of funds. Okay.
Right. You're moving it around.
Yeah, your cable bill. That's a cable, it's a bill.
Yes.
Okay. Your insurance policy premium is not a bill. This is a repositioning of funds. It's not that those funds are spent. They are building something, they're building your legacy. Okay. You got to have life insurance. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to have it. Now, you got insurance on everything else. Why not have life insurance?
Absolutely.
And many times when I
Most
sit down with
important of
people,
all.
Steve, many times when I sit down with people, what they have and what they think they have are two very different things.
We
Okay.
talked about that yesterday with James and how
Mhm.
agents are not either knowledgeable or completely honest with potential clients, and they don't know what they're getting. They don't know
Right.
what they're signing up for,
Right.
and that's horrible.
That's why, excuse me, that's why I entitled my book Ask the Right Questions. Because if you don't
Right.
ask the right questions, you
You
are
ain't
not
getting
going
those
to get the right
answers.
answers. You know, many times when get with people, the first question they ask, well, how much does it cost? And that
The
is a
wrong first question.
that's the wrong first question. The first question should be when does it start? And when does it end, of course. Okay. See, all life insurance favors your age and your health. Let me let
Correct.
you in on a little secret. Okay. You are not getting any younger.
Nope.
Okay. If you don't like the price of it today, you sure not gonna like it
You
tomorrow.
ain't gonna like it 10 years from now.
All
Nope.
right. And then you talk about, accidents happen. All right. You know, you coming home or you driving to work every morning at 6:30 and that red car is over there. You see it every time you get to that intersection. But this day that red car blows that intersection and T-bones you. Bam. Now you disabled. What happens? I mean, you can't get to work. You can't get to work. The pay stops, don't it? All right. Where you going? I mean, your bills are not going to stop.
The long-term care, yeah.
This is why you have insurance in place. All right.
For
In the
protection.
event that you get into an accident, you go to the emergency room, there's a plan out there that will pay you while you are in the hospital.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, there's so many different options when it comes to life insurance and accident insurance and health insurance and all these kinds of things. And this is where the conversation needs to take place with a lot of people because they don't understand it. So, well, I got it through my job. Yeah. While you got your job. What happens when you leave your job? All right. What happens if your company closes the doors? You know,
Exactly.
people don't think about these things
No.
like this. And many times, man, I get with people and they say, well, I'll get it tomorrow. You know, medical issues come up. All right. You might just get diagnosed being a diabetic. You might
When
have
you
a heart
least
attack. You
expect
might
it.
have a stroke. You know, anything could happen. All right. You might have an aneurysm.
Aneurysm.
You know,
Anytime.
anything could happen, man. I lost my brother, man. My youngest brother. He just all of a sudden, man. I mean, he was healthy. You wouldn't to look at him, you wouldn't know anything was wrong. But he passed, you know. And thank God for insurance.
But nobody saw it coming.
No, we didn't see it coming. But I'm let you in a little secret. It's coming for every one of us.
No, it
Okay,
is.
we just don't know
That's
when.
guaranteed.
Yeah, we just don't know when. So protect your family, your loved ones. All right, do that. I mean, take the burden off of them by putting a life insurance policy in place. All right. And then, two, remember this don't just put one beneficiary down on your life insurance policy.
No.
You need to have at least two. More is better because you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. So that's
And
another thing where I've seen
to
a
keep
lot
it
of.
out of probate, right? As well. That
Well, no,
helps.
see, a life insurance policy is not going to go through probate.
Okay. Sorry.
Unless of course it has to be included in your estate. Okay, this is where that estate planning comes into play and all that
Yes.
kind of good
What
stuff.
you mentioned.
Okay? And wills and the trust and all that because it all plays a part. Okay, a lot of people think, well, I don't need that. I ain't leaving nobody nothing. I'm spending everything. I said, well, how do you know? You know, what if the plug gets pulled on you tomorrow? You know? And
Yeah.
a lot of people, they say, well, God did it. I would submit to you, Steve. Look, to everyone out there, look, do not change your theology to accommodate a tragedy. All right.
Which happens quite often. You're right.
Well, God called him home. No, that's not what happened. Okay. This person over here decided to make a choice to drive their car 100 miles an hour. And you were just going to the store to get a loaf of bread, a stick of butter, and a can of milk.
God called them home.
And so you got T-bone and he died. Or you got this person right here decided to drink and drive, right? I mean, all these different things happen. Okay. I mean, do you know that we got at least 6 times more lawyers than we got doctors?
I did not have any knowledge of that. No. I would have expected the opposite.
No, we are the most litigious country.
Oh, yeah. We sue everything.
All right. Yeah.
Someone looks at you the wrong way, you sue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for everything, man. That's why you got these attorneys on there. Interact, need a check.
Well, I mean, that's why the judicial system, the dockets are full and people don't get their cases heard for years and years because of these stupid lawsuits that come about. You're 100% right.
So that's another dive into another aspect of
No,
what I think is wrong with our country right
I
now.
can imagine.
So nobody wants to take responsibility and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's deep. It's really deep.
No, it is. It is. It is 100%. It is.
Mhm.
Um, the I asked you this before, and now a week has passed or 2 weeks have passed. The government shutdown
Mhm.
happened. Nothing was accomplished. What was accomplished from
Well,
the other side, who forced it, caused it, had it drag on? What did they get?
no, what they got was exposed.
Big time, yes.
That's what they got. I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. I mean, the Democrats lie, 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 lie. There are some Republicans that lie, 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 lie too, and they're called rhinos. Okay,
Right.
our government right now is a reflection of the state of the nation. Because our government is so jacked up, that lets you know how jacked up we are as a people, because we can't hold them accountable.
No.
When they're talking about all these elections, these are elected officials and all this kind of stuff, man. No, no. Uh-uh. This is why we got to go to paper ballots and have voter ID and all this kind of stuff. Only Americans can vote. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it right there. I mean, the idea of what the Democrats are trying to pull over on the American people is evil to the core, man. Evil to the core. These politicians, they get in there and they get rich at the expense of us.
Oh, it blew my mind to see the wealth that they
Yeah.
attained over
And,
time.
and what do?
How do they get it? Yeah.
Yeah. How they get? I mean, they
Not from their salaries.
no, they are crooked as all get out, brother.
Yeah.
Our government is riddled with corruption. And this is why we got the illustrious Donald J. Trump in there. And I mean, they are in every aspect of government. This is why we haven't seen charges being brought and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you was in the military, Steve, and if you deleted 30,000 classified emails, man, you know what? They would shoot you.
Yes, they would take me behind a shed and put me in front of a firing squad.
That's it. That's it right there,
without
man.
hesitation. Yes.
Treason is punishable by death.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But see, we can't hold these people accountable because we got all these corrupt politicians, these corrupt judges, and all. I mean, it goes all the way down.
The judges
our government is riddled with corruption, man. And it only got this way because we, the people, the citizens,
allowed it.
Are ignorant. We're ignorant.
Yeah.
We can't stop it. It's like a blind man in a dark room looking for a black cat that ain't there. You hear me?
But how? I mean, this seems like just such a monumental issue. The ignorance. How do we go about changing it? I mean, and it's going to obviously take time.
Well, see, the time frame, is it going to take 100 years, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years? No. What's got to happen is people have got to get sick and tired of what's being shoved to them.
Right, what they're being fed. Yes.
Right. People need to read and understand the Constitution.
Yes.
The Declaration of Independence. All these things need to be understood. All right. And so that they can't be taken out of context and all this kind of stuff, you know. And so, well, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. That's freedom. No, freedom comes with this thing called responsibility. All right. You can't be free and not be responsible.
Right.
Right. You got to take that responsibility. It comes right along with it.
I agree.
That's it right there. I mean,
but
we got a lot of people.
The knowledge aspect of it, about the ignorance.
Well, see, this is
the
what
spreading of it.
And you know what? The Bible in and of itself is information. Okay? See,
100%.
information is not going to do nothing for you until it becomes knowledge. Okay? See, information over and over and over again becomes knowledge. Knowledge gives you confidence. Confidence will get you to doing an activity, and that activity will turn into a habit. And it is your habits, my friend, that determine your long-term results. Okay?
Correct.
So then when you getting this information from all these other different sources and all that, you got to go back to the handbook of the creator. Okay, and compare what you gathering to what is said. Okay, and then what happens is you get this thing called revelation. Revelation is truth revealed. Okay, remember I was saying many times, this sounds good compared to what?
Compared to what?
Yeah. See, if you just get one side, you're gonna always be wrong. That's just like you reading somebody else's mail. All right. No, that's not for you. That's not for you. This stuff that they're pumping out here, you got to understand. We have an enemy out there, and his best weapon is ignorance.
Exactly. So the other question that people have asked that has come up, and I'd love to get your view on this: college education, higher education, because at the next level, it's highly liberal to an extent, and they're teaching values and principles that aren't necessarily going to help you in life and are going to make you more entitled. Like we were talking about this. I went to a college that tuition was $95,000 a year. So I come out and I expect that I'm going to get a job that's going to pay me $150,000 a year with paid vacations, pensions, 401ks, when realistically it's not there. Those jobs don't exist, but we're spending all this money on the tuition, and it's this generation of kids, their expectations are, I'm going to leave, I'm going to be a success story, and I'm going to be rich. And that's not true, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. But now, me, myself, man, I have a bachelor's degree, and I decided to get a master's degree. All right?
Correct.
And so I went to this university, and it wasn't education, brother. I mean, education, we talked about what real education involves, being able to bring out of you a greater expression of that which is already in you. What we get at the universities is called training. And what I noticed at this university that I was going to get my master's degree was not training. This was indoctrination.
That's what I'm saying. It's indoctrination.
It's indoctrination. I'm like, they're not explaining how to think. They're telling you what to think.
Right.
They're telling you what to think. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. You know, you do what you want to do, man. And no, it's wrong.
You don't develop critical thinking skills on your own. That doesn't happen. They tell you how to think. They tell you how to act.
Critical thinking. What is that? Problem. What is that? Critical thinking? I mean, they come up with a new term for everything. Why not just call it thinking?
Thinking. I know. That's thinking. At the university I attended, they called it critical thinking. That's why.
But why? Why? What's critical about it? The reason why it's critical thinking is because you are thinking. Period.
Right.
That's what's critical about it.
Yeah.
I mean, people got to think their way through. Right. Most people live their lives, man, in a reactionary state. Okay. Everyone just react to things and just well, this happens, I'm gonna do this. I mean, you want to know how really ignorant people are, Steve? Think about this. 2 years before COVID-19, Dr. Anthony Fauci told everybody that the Trump administration would experience a pandemic.
He did.
Right?
He did.
Then when they came out with this pandemic, they told everybody to wear a mask. All right. Do you know that putting on a mask to stop a virus is like putting on underwear to stop a fart?
Yeah. No, that frustrated me. And then the vaccine thing.
No, but the reason why they had everybody wearing masks was so that they could not be identified with all the smash and grabs and the looting and all this kind of stuff. That's why they had them wear the mask.
That is where the mask came from.
Yes. It came from the Wild Wild West. Right?
That's wild.
Yeah, but it's the truth. You got people running around here with these masks on the toe. Well, doctors wear them in the surgery room. Yeah, they wear them in the surgery room, but do you know that air is filtered also? And they're not
sterilized.
They're protecting the patient, not the doctor.
Exactly. From disease. Yeah.
From the germs and all this kind of stuff. I mean, people just are totally devoid. I mean, I said, if you went to school for any amount of time, you got to know that a mask is not going to stop a virus. You know?
Like underwear is not going to stop a virus. No.
They tell you know what, Steve? If we live in a sickness industry, not a wellness industry. If you watch TV long, they're going to find something wrong with you.
They want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they make money.
We got the big pharmaceutical companies out there. They got a pill for everything.
Everything.
So does your big toe itch?
Yep.
Well, so you can take this for it, but if you sneeze too hard, your liver gonna fall out. That's
then you hear the 400 side effects that it causes.
Mm-hmm. So
sudden death.
Shoot, I might as well keep what I got.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, but that's another conversation altogether. But this is what we have right here. Okay. Look at this. Listen to this questions. And that was it. I did have one more thing that I want to broach upon. But it's not on this presentation. See, I added stuff to it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I got to pull up that other presentation and get rid of this one. But anyway, like I was saying, information it comes from all over the place. The only way to get to the truth is through comparison. Okay.
Exactly. So, but you do agree the Department of Education is not needed. It needs to be controlled locally. That's the best way.
Well, yes, but I wouldn't use that term controlled.
Sorry, not controlled.
I would say it needs to be instituted locally.
Right.
And then all the books and all the curriculum needs to be reviewed by the population. Okay? Because we don't want to be teaching safe sex to our kids. There's no such thing as safe sex.
Okay? Right.
And then there is the possibility that somebody might get pregnant too. Okay? Because when you do certain things happen.
Certain things happen. Right.
Certain things happen. When you do certain things happen. Like if you take your finger and stick it in that light socket, all right?
Yeah.
Something gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be pleasant.
Right. Not that particular thing. Okay, but I mean, there's so many things. Like I told you before, man, my mother told me many years ago, she said, everything good to you ain't good for you.
Right.
Staying up all night, partying all night, drinking too much, all these kinds of things. It feel good when you're doing it. But man, what the price you got to pay afterward.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
So yeah, so what we have today is we have got.
Oh, so you got a couple questions. Bruce says we need to learn to communicate and unite. That's our problem. We don't talk, and when we do talk, it's not to understand; it's to respond, which is what you said.
Yeah, that most people are in a reactionary state.
And a union is used to mean a union used to mean a skilled worker got paid more than an unskilled worker. Not they both got the same. And he says he agreed with everything you are saying. He asks if you had a YouTube channel that he can follow.
Yes, I do. I sure do. R Hill Enterprises Inc. on YouTube.
I'll let him know the show and your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, he liked everything that he heard, and he said that it's obviously shows like this that need to be out there more by content creators, because content creators are afraid to take chances sometimes and present information that may be taken differently, taken the wrong way, or maybe the opposite of what other people are presenting.
Well, I will submit to you this, Steve. See, you can't take truth the wrong way.
No, you can't. You're right.
It's only the lies. It's only the lies that get taken taken the wrong way and all this kind of stuff. Many times people don't want to do the truth because the truth is hard and it reveals who you really are.
Yes. Okay? Yes, it does.
So they want to live behind a lie, a facade. Okay.
He also wanted to know, because of the election of our good friend Mamdani, the Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey, and the Virginia female governor, do you believe the midterm elections will suffer because the Democrats got a few key spots, or the socialists in some instances?
Well, I would submit to you this: the only way that the 2026 elections, midterm elections, are going to be affected in a bad way is if the criminals get their way. The mass voting, the electronic voting, that's got to be taken out. Number one, take that electronic voting.
I agree. I think that's the worst thing.
Right. The all 1 day voting and all this kind of stuff, because I would submit to you that our election system has been compromised. Okay.
Big time.
Many of the people that we have in government now have not been elected. You've been told they've been elected, but they have not been elected. They have been selected. Okay.
Absolutely.
The deep state is real. Okay. It is real. We've got a bunch of backdoor politicians, man, and they just do anything for a buck. Okay. They are selling out this country to line their own pockets.
They are. 100% they are.
Right. And then you got an ignorant population. I mean, I'm not going to say that all the corruption is due to the electronics and all this kind of stuff, but that's a big part of it. But then when you have an ignorant population, this is how these things happen, because nobody's watching the watchers.
No. And you were completely right about people leaving New York City in droves.
But you got all these votes, right? Right? You hear me? This guy was not elected; he was selected. Okay?
The 33-year-old. Yeah. It makes me want to run for governor or something. If a 33-year-old who had no job, no life experience, can waltz in and win an election in the largest city in the country, I guess anything's possible, Rob.
No, hold on, brother. This guy did not win.
No, he was selected. I know.
Okay.
I know he was selected.
You go out there and you make friends with some of these bad people out there, you can get elected too, because you're gonna have to do what they tell you to do.
They control you. You're 100% right.
Definitely.
You're 100% right.
Definitely.
The funding they give you, and I thought it was hilarious that they found $15,000 that he was illegally given as campaign contributions from people overseas.
Mm-hmm.
People overseas were donating to him, and he accepted it. One of them being his mother-in-law. But
see, yeah,
15 grand is the tip of the iceberg, but
that's it. But
it's
you
a
got to
drop in the bucket.
understand that these people are accepting this money, man. I mentioned in a earlier podcast that you can pay somebody to do anything. Okay?
Yes.
I mean, you can pay somebody to do anything. These people that are undermining our country, they're doing it from within.
They are. No,
They're
they
doing
are.
it from within.
They are.
Right?
They are. They
We
are.
got,
They're
we got
right in
so
front of
many
it.
people running around here. I mean, if people are so proud to be from Mexico that they want to wave the Mexican flag in America, why don't you go to Mexico
right
and
back
wave
to
that
Mexico.
flag?
Yes.
Right?
You wave the flag all you want in Mexico. I
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, really.
I
You
agree.
go come here and see, you can't do what you can do here over there.
No,
you can't do it over
you
there.
sure as hell cannot. No,
you come over here and you
but we're
experience the freedom
tolerant.
that we have and all this. Tolerant. Remember what I said about that?
Yes, we're tolerant.
Yeah, no, we got to get rid of all this nonsense they're pushing on us, man.
We're tolerant. Yes.
Yeah, no, we got to get that. We got to get out of that.
Well, no, we do. We have to get back to what you said, what the government was initially put in place to do. And I think those principles have long been forgotten, and
not forgotten.
Or
they have been taken away.
And to go on the way we are, I mean, it's great that Trump's in office, but another 10 years, my God, I mean, look where we could end up. It's scary to think about the future when you should be able to look at the future and be hopeful and think it's going to be bright.
Well, I would submit to you this, okay? When you look at it from that standpoint, it looks bleak.
It does. It looks awful. It scares the hell out of me.
That's why we don't look at it from that standpoint, brother.
Right now, no. It scares the hell out of me right now.
No, we don't look at it that way.
No. Okay. No, we don't.
See, fear, false evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. I like that.
That's fear, yeah. And another one for that is forget everything and run.
Yeah. Absolutely. Forget everything.
No, we are not given a spirit of fear.
Yeah.
Okay. What we got to do is we got to realize that there is an enemy, and we combat that enemy with truth.
And that is phenomenal. Right. Rob, I have to thank you. This was another exceptional presentation, and it's good to see the audience is building, and I think that it's making a difference, and we're opening more people's eyes. And that's, as you would say, a beautiful thing.
Yes. What we got to do, though, is we're going to keep on pumping this information out to people.
We have to. Okay. We have to.
You got to wake up and smell the coffee.
I just have to mention Julius Williams runs a trench mob, Decatur, Georgia, trains offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments across the country, college showcase camps, undefeated in tournaments. Every college showcase camp member of the trench mob was offered a scholarship. Julius has sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. If you want to work with the best, go to www.battleofthetrenches.com. And then we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. James, for the last 3 years, has dedicated himself to the art of financial services. He does insurance, life insurance policies. He does retirement planning. He knows the stress that goes into retirement planning. How much am I going to need? For how long? And do I have enough? And as Rob has said, retirement is not an age, it is a number. So that is very important to remember. To connect with James and get a free quote, go to www.lutherjamesinsurance.com. For Robb Hill, R. Hill Enterprises, Inc., accomplished author, minister, and insurance specialist extraordinaire, and will open your eyes, telling you about our politics and where we are, where we're going, the ignorance and the knowledge that needs to happen, some of the changes that need to be made. Please join us every Friday to continue to learn, and we will continue to open your eyes and pull your heads out of the sand. So for Rob, I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life. Great job.